Here I have my grandpa, I have my grandma, and I have my mom. Right, hi. So imagine if we lived in a world that was purely only black and white, as if we lived in an old cinematic film. Having to see only these different types of gray values in your day-to-day life can seem somewhat exhausting and dull, even lifeless. So, the way we feel that it'd be such emotions is because of the colors that we associate them with. Say we have dark, rainy night skies, we can perceive them as a glum feeling, whereas if it were bright and sunny outside, we can feel exhilarated and happy at most. So, with that being the case, we can agree that adding color to your day-to-day life can mean adding enrichment. As an art major, I have had to study psychological color theories, meaning that that I also have work within with I'm sorry, that I also work with colors at the moment, and meaning that I do have the hands-on experience of getting to work with them and will continue to do so in the future, meaning that I get to study them even more so closely. Okay. So, today you will walk out with information in regards to how color can affect us, how they can help with our memories, and how we can perceive information. So, to start us off, it's important to know how color can affect us. As you already know, we have warm and cool colors. Our warm colors consist of yellows, oranges, and reds, and our cool colors consist of greens, blues, and purples. Our warm colors can give us like excitement, power, like stoic feelings, where you can at most feel productive. Whereas our cool colors, like as they already come from the name, like you can feel cool, you can feel calm, relaxed, and at peace. So with that being said, as it states in the article, impact of color on marketing, colors can influence our moods and feelings because of the way that they affect us, because of say we go back to cool colors, we feel calm and at peace, like knowing the colors around us. Okay. To understand more in depth on how they can affect us, we must know how they can help with our memories. So as stated in the psychology of color, how do colors facilitate classroom learning? It's important to have color consistency within the classroom. As a student, you're going to be stuck in a classroom for 8 hours of your day for 8 months of a year. It's important to have colors that you can recognize and familiarize yourself with, and just being able to bounce off creative ideas and then you're able to grasp more knowledge and so on. So you get to familiarize yourself within your surroundings. So as you may already know, our strongest sense or the sense that we use the most is our ability to see, our sight. So our sight perceives about 80% of the information, according to why good vision is important. So we grasp on all our knowledge on what we see the most. So that's where we get all of our knowledge, basically. So that being the case, colors can also affect our behaviors because of how we can familiarize how, say an example, signs, even more so a stop sign. We know that it's a bright, big red, so it helps you give you that sense of urgency to just stop because we're familiar with signs, and even more so stop signs. So going hand in hand with knowledge, we can grasp how we perceive information. So firstly, we have our attention spans. It gives us more time to be curious because as humans, we are naturally curious to our surroundings. We also have that yearning to learn more. Everyone wants to know more about the world, just be curious. We're just naturally curious creatures. So colors can help convince how we are naturally attracted to color. Because let's say we go back to the world we were envisioning earlier. If we were back to that black and white world, we would only be able to perceive information within like in less than 2/3 of a second and then just immediately forget about it. Whereas if we were in a colorful world or a colorful surrounding, you'd be able to be even more so curious and hold that curiosity for 2 seconds or more. And yeah. Okay, so what to do to incorporate more color in your lifestyle? So firstly, I say add some greenery to your life. So adding some plants, some house plants, or just start gardening can help. Secondly, we have learning to play around with your appearance. Just add more colors, maybe accessorize. It really adds more personality because it's more colors and you get to live it within yourself instead of just being, I'm sorry, instead of just having just bland colors. Like if you just see yourself with bland colors, that's how you might see your lifestyle, which will immediately turn your mentality, just lower it down, and we don't want that. And then lastly, we have turning your home into a more familiar setting by adding some decorations. Say we have just adding some like frames, some art, some more colored pieces of furniture. World is your oyster. Just decorate it how you'd like. Okay. As we just learned, it's important to understand how color can affect us, how they can affect how we memorize things, and how we perceive information. So, sorry. Okay, it's important to remember how powerful colors can be. So be sure to make use of them by but just like simply incorporating them into your day-to-day life. Because maybe before this you didn't know how strong colors are just surrounding you. So you want to make sure that you can work with its intent that it was meant to be. Because cool colors, you want to be cool. So make sure you can incorporate that in your day-to-day life. See, even if we can't help it when the world rains, we want to make sure that it's up to you to choose how to feel on that night when it's raining and dark and gloomy. You can choose yourself how to feel that day by how you decorate your surroundings. You want to make sure you have just color the warmth inside yourself, and then yeah. So here I have my mom, my grandma, and my aunt.